Substance transformation versus dissolving when it comes to the rune system. Rune grinding, tier 1s, tier 3s, tier 5s. What's going on here? I hear people are just grinding tier 1s. Shouldn't you be grinding and pushing as high as you can? A lot of you guys have been asking these questions, so I'm recording this video to show you guys how I'm doing it myself, and hopefully this helps you guys out. Let's first start with material transmutation or dissolving. What is the better way to do it? If you ask me, I'm personally doing the material transmutation. There's a lot of people that are dissolving, and here's kind of how it breaks down, okay? When you dissolve runes, you get what's called rune fragments, okay? You can turn these rune fragments into these rune chance chests by consuming the rune fragments, as well as ore or any of your respective type, right? Defense is going to use Stalins, runes. The attack one's going to use rubrics. When you craft and open this chest, you get one rune, and it's random. Like the great is random. You could totally do this. This is totally fine. In fact, this is the most efficient way of grinding more runes. The reason why I am personally doing the other version, I'm doing the material transmutation, is because if you fill up the bar enough, you can get a guaranteed blue rune of your choice, right? Here's kind of the process, which, by the way, the difference is roughly a 4-to-1 difference, okay? If you're doing the conversion, the material transmutation, you're going to get essentially 4 times less runes back. That's kind of how the math breaks down. It's about a 4-to-1 ratio. So you are definitely getting more runes by doing the craft by dissolving and then just turning all the fragments into the selection chest. But for me, the big reason why I'm doing it this way is because I get a guaranteed blue. So as you're unlocking your runes, you can notice these synergies, right? A level 1 compared to a level 10 rune, especially because your runes are just going to be all over the place with their levels, I think there's way more value unlocking your blue synergies early. Doing the substance transformation method, it allows me, in my opinion, a more effective way of unlocking these blues, because if you craft these, you're not getting a guaranteed blue rune. Now, to be fair, you could be like, oh, I can settle with green, but I really don't think green runes are really difficult to unlock at all. The blue ones could be, and if you do it this way, I think it'll just take you longer to actually get your blue synergies, which again, I think is way more significant because some of your gearing might revolve around some of these attribute points, attribute thresholds, like for example, Dex 2 versus Dex 3 could be a big deal, right? So as you can see, the weapon, I need one more blue rune. I will just do material transmutation and try to get a support blue rune, and hopefully it lands on weapon. And as you do this over and over again, I just feel like it's going to be faster. Another thing to note, if you are curious about the system, each level 1 rune is going to give you 10,000 points. You need a total of 456,000 to get to conversion tier 3 or 524 to get to conversion tier 4. The only incentive here is to try to have a very low chance to get these chaos runes. Very, very low chance. You can save a lot more mats by just going to the 456k barrier. So that's kind of up to you. If you want to do the home run and spend more by trying to farm these, that would be the other main incentive of doing material transmutation over the dissolving of your runes, right? So let me kind of give you an idea as to how this works, because if you do it this way, I do also want to show you how I go about doing it. Okay, so I'm just going to throw these in. I'm at conversion tier 2 here. Now, each rune, the lowest level rune, like I said, is 53k. Level 1, the grade doesn't matter. Level 1 gives me 10,000 points. And you get an additional 1,000 points for every 2 levels you jump. So 1, this will take me to 63,000. If I do a level 3, that takes me to 64,000. Just be mindful of the amount of points, because when you feed these in, you don't want to like overstack going into the next tier. So I've got a level 20 here, which is going to give me the maximum amount of points for a white rune. I do this. Now I'm at 1,000. I'm only 1,000 over. Now I can hit transformation, and that's going to give me a guaranteed blue rune. If I were to put in another or overstack it, if I go over too many points, then I'm not going to be as efficient. This is something that you don't really have to min-max, but this might save you a rune or two, per click, and over time, that could help. So I'm going to go ahead. I do need some more defense runes, so I'm going to go ahead and click this for tier 3, because I'm just going to save my mats. I don't think I'm going to hit the home run with the chaos rune. And there's my blue rune. magic heavy attack, plus 19 on my bracelet. I don't think I'm going to need that. Here's my bracelet. I already have this. Doesn't really matter. And then I just continue to do that until I get full blue synergies. Like I said, again, if you're trying to just push for levels exclusively, then it would be much better to dissolve this because, again, it's about a 4-to-1 ratio, if I recall correctly, between the material transmutation and crafting the chests, if we are talking about just a total amount of runes that you're getting back. Sorry, yes, you do get rune fragments back from the material transmutation, material transmutation, and that is being factored in that 4-to-1 ratio, just so you know. The next thing we're going to talk about is the actual rune grind process. A lot of people are grinding tier 1s, tier 3s, tier 5s. People are like, why are you just farming tier 1s? So, first thing to understand is how the leveling works. I did go over this in my previous video in regards to runes, but I will just touch up on it briefly again. You have 3 grades, which are gray, green, and blue. For the most part, this is completely separate to the level of the rune. As you can see, this is a level 9 rune, level 6 rune, level 13 rune. This defense rune, in order for me to get a higher level version of this, I just need to get the same rune. Just same exact one. Weapon, defense, melee, heavy attack. If I get that, then I will have a chance at leveling this up and getting like a level 14, 15 version of it. Now, when my rune is level 20, as this one is, if I get another level 20 rune of this exact kind, bracelet, mana cost efficiency, another white version of this will not push me to level 21. It has to be a green version of it, right? If I have this rune right here, skill damage resistance, plus 15 for the weapon, support rune. If I get a blue version of this rune, that might push me up to level 16. But it's not going to be a level 45 because it's blue. It's going to be level 16 or whatever, within the gap of upgrading. There's a chance that jumps up multiple levels in the early stage. I don't remember the exact rate at level 15, but let's just say 16. It will be a blue level 16, right? And the next time I upgrade it, it's going to go from 16 to higher because the level of the rune it's its own individual leveling process by simply getting it. It's not relevant to the grade of the rune. So the reason why a lot of players are grinding tier 1 dungeons, these tier 1 dungeons, as you can see, they give white runes, gray runes. Tier 2, you get gray and green. Tier 3, you get only greens. It doesn't matter if you're grinding tier 5s or tier 3s or tier 1s when it comes to leveling your low level runes that are under level 20. So let's say you've never done this process before. All your runes are going to start at level 1. If you immediately jump into tier 5, sure, you get blue runes, but it's still going to be scaled from level 1, right? Like you're going to get like level 1 runes, level 2 blue runes. You know, they're going to start from scratch. It's just going to take you significantly longer to clear this tier because it's much more difficult. Versus in tier 1, these runes, sure, they're shitty grays, but they're low-level runes. You need to get to level 20 with your runes before you should be farming green runes. You can farm tier 3s and tier 5s out the gate. Sure, no problem. You're going to get green runes, right? But like I said, farming tier 3 is going to take you significantly longer than tier 1. And you're going to get past level 20 runes relatively quickly anyway. So you should be just farming as many runes in tier 1 as possible because that's going to push your level faster. It's going to push you to 20 and beyond faster. Once you get to the point where all your runes are level 20, that means the only way you upgrade past 20 are by getting green runes. So doing tier 2, even though it might be faster, you're going to be wasting a lot of your mats or rewards that you get by getting white runes. Because if you're at like level 23 runes, getting another white one, it's going to be a level 20. It's not going to be level 23 because gray runes cannot go past that mark. So you're going to want to farm tier 3s. If you're at level 20 to 30 with your runes, can you farm tier 5s for blue versions of that? Yes, you can, but it's going to take you significantly longer to do so. So you're better off farming tier 3s until you get to level 40. And then once you get to level 40, that's when you're going to want to start farming these tier 5s because tier 5s give you all guaranteed blue runes. Tier 4 is like a mixture of both. So generally speaking, the thresholds are tier 1 into tier 3 into tier 5. That's just the more efficient way of grinding these trial dungeons to level up your runes. You do not have to do it this way. I'm not saying that everyone needs to do it this way. This is just the reason why people are actually doing this. If for whatever reason you're able to farm tier 5 dungeons in like 3 minutes, should you be doing tier 5 dungeons? Of course you should be doing tier 5 dungeons. You could also make the argument saying, hey, I want to unlock my rune synergies early, so I want to push. If you're trying to unlock your rune synergies early and you're not going to go through the material transmutation system that I'm going, then you're going to want to just focus on pushing as high as you can. You're going to get these first time clear rewards. And you're also going to get you're going to just get a bunch of boxes that you can open. The last bit of advice, and this also ties into the reason why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, where I'm just farming tier 1s until a good chunk of my runes are level 20, and I'm just doing material transmutation instead of dissolving, is because I do want to unlock my blue rune synergies soon. I do want to try and push my rune levels as high as possible, as fast as possible, but I also want to be efficient when I get to level 40. I assure you, when you get to level 40, it's going to take significantly longer to upgrade your runes. And any box that I get that has just blue runes, I'm saving those boxes until I get to level 40. Because a blue rune that's opened at my level now, I'm going to get like level 4, level 5 versions of them. It's kind of a waste. I could just grind those out in the low tier dungeons. When you get to the point where you're level 40 above, you're going to have to grind tier 5, which is going to take longer. And any non-blue rune you get is just going to be worthless to you. Well, not worthless. You can obviously send that to the transmutation, but you're not going to get the upgrade you're looking for. So for me, I'm going to save all my blue chests and open them when I get to 40. I'm going to save all my green chests and open them when I get to level 20. And anything that has white runes in them, I'm going to open them up immediately. Now, the last thing I'll mention is, hey, Kanon, if I have all level 20 runes that are white, wouldn't that be better than the synergies? Possibly. Yes. If you're not at level 20 with your runes, I assure you, you're not going to be in a situation where you have the best in slot runes at level 20 just waiting for you. They're just going to be all over. Your levels are going to be all over the place. That ranged evasion that you want in your weapon, that might be like level 3. What is 10, 20 ranged evasion going to do for like one piece? The ranged evasion you might need on your accessory, right? You might not even have that there to open, right? So you don't really need to worry about min-maxing your specific stats, because the end game builds, you are chasing a specific stat for each rune socket, but in the beginning it's just all over the place. My suggestion, unlock those synergies, get those attributes early, unlock those passives early, and then start working on chasing specific runes for your weapon pieces and accessory pieces. If you have any other questions, find me on Twitch. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.